We are learning to regulate ourselves so fucking well, it is unreal. We quit smoking again for like, I don't even know, like the 10th time in the last 3 weeks or something, which is so goddamn persistent, and I love it. And every time we quit smoking, we get, oh my god, we get a lot happen. Like, it's so chaotic and vicious and confusing that I can't really tell what happens at the time. I think it's just like a massive flare up of different symptoms and different things that somehow smoking kind of keeps at bay, or smoking kind of numbs in some way, I guess, like every other addiction. But I really fucking notice it with cigarettes, where like every time we quit, all of our internal thoughts and monologues get really critical, like viciously critical, and really consistently so, really fast racing thoughts that are all absolutely vicious. Everything feels like hopeless and pointless. Everything feels like it has a meaning about us or about our lives. Our thoughts go to like really chaotic extremes. Like, I can't remember what it was earlier. Oh, I went to try and make some food or something, and it was already way too much effort, and I have no motivation. That's another thing, like zero dopamine and motivation. And there were no knives clean, and my brain was like, oh, there are no clean knives, well, you may as well just unalive yourself. And it's like they all sort of jump to that level of extreme thinking all the time, and really judgmental. So like things like, oh, you're thinking these things because it means this about you as a person, and everyone around you thinks this about you as a person because you've just done this, or like that person just sighed because they're sick of you. And it's like this really, I don't know if it's like smoking suppresses that and it flares up when we quit, or if it's like the part of our brain that thinks we need addiction to survive flares this up when we try to quit to try and get us to smoke again. I'm not sure the why, but anyway, we've been learning to regulate really fucking well between me and Vince this time, and I think other people inside are doing a lot for it as well. And instead of like one of us just being stuck in the front with all of this happening until we're like, I just need to smoke as a matter of public safety, we're like learning that it's easier to regulate each other's thoughts. So like whenever my brain goes to that hopelessness, he'll be the one soothing and comforting me, and then whenever his thoughts go to like that level of aggression, I will be the one trying to find healthy outlets and like coping strategies and soothing him. And I've kind of noticed that because we're not like trying to block out all of the really painful and uncomfortable sensations that we're getting, we're just trying to learn to go into them and hold space for them and then come back out of them. So like we're learning to up and down regulate our nervous system without using cigarettes to do it. And I think we actually have enough skill sets between us, and we're working together well enough that it's actually working this time. And I'm so tired. It is really, really exhausting, but we're learning to do a lot more things that are like rest and coming back into soothing and comfort and a lot of breath work. So instead of getting a break from like smoking or anything, we're getting a break from having a break and from resting. And that's making it a lot more sustainable. And it is really hard work, and a lot of my brain just goes, oh my god, it would just be so much easier to go drink, use, have a cigarette, do all these things. But the thing is, even if that would be easier, that's such like a temporary solution. And even if it's harder right now, I think the way we're doing it is going to be much more sustainable and much better in the long run. It's just like temporarily really uncomfortable and painful, but I'm pretty impressed with how well we're doing it so far.